On the 18th of August 2026, March and March visited AfriForum. Jacinta Nobisa Zuma met AfriForum CEO Kali Creel. The meeting quickly became controversial. Some people saw cooperation. Others saw a political alliance that could change how March and March is viewed. But what did Jacinta say she was actually trying to achieve? Question: is working with a controversial organization automatically a political alliance? Before the meeting, Jacinta explained that March and March wanted to learn from AfriForum. Her argument was simple. If another South African organization is doing something successfully, why not study what it is doing? She said March and March wanted to learn about advocacy and how communities can organize themselves. She also made it clear that learning from AfriForum does not mean agreeing with AfriForum on everything. According to the organizations, they identified areas where they could work together. These include community safety, fighting crime, education, the rule of law, government accountability, and illegal migration. So the cooperation is not being presented as agreement on every political issue. It is being presented as cooperation where their interests overlap. Supporters say, why fight separately when two organizations can achieve more together? Critics say, cooperation can still create a political association, even when the organizations disagree on other issues. Jacinta says her vision is a united South Africa built around Ubuntu, respect for cultural and religious beliefs, and the rule of law. She says education is one of the foundations of a successful country, and she wants communities to have systems that help them hold government accountable. Question is, can a movement focused on immigration also build a bigger national agenda? March and March has demanded stronger action against undocumented immigration. Jacinta has argued that weak border controls and illegal economic activity can hurt South African communities and businesses. AfriForum has also identified illegal migration and border control as areas where the two organizations can cooperate. Supporters say, South Africa has laws. Those laws must be enforced. Critics say, immigration debates must not turn into blaming all foreigners for South Africa's problems. Question: can South Africa enforce immigration laws while still protecting the dignity and rights of migrants? Part of the controversy comes from the different identities and histories associated with these organizations. AfriForum describes itself as a civil rights organization and has a strong focus on Afrikaner and minority interests. March and March has built its public profile around issues including undocumented immigration and South African citizens' concerns. That makes their cooperation politically sensitive. Education is one of the areas both organizations have spoken about. AfriForum highlighted mother language education and accessible, effective education as possible areas of cooperation. Jacinta has also placed education at the center of March and March's vision for South Africa. AfriForum has spent years building a strong civil society structure. It has used legal action, advocacy, community organization, and public campaigns to push its causes. Jacinta has openly said, March and March wants to learn from that. Supporters of the relationship can argue that South Africa needs practical cooperation. They can say, If two organizations can work together to fight crime, improve communities, and demand accountability, why not? Critics can argue, political movements must be careful about who they associate with, because partnerships can damage public trust. Both sides are asking a legitimate question. What is the price of cooperation? Question: which matters more, getting results or protecting political image? Jacinta has acknowledged that the organizations will have differences. Her position is that the relationship should be based on respect, helping each other and working toward shared goals, while accepting that they will not agree on everything. Question: can political cooperation survive serious disagreement? A partnership can create opportunities, but it can also create new questions. People may start asking, who influences whom? What are they planning together? Will March and March remain independent? And will the partnership change the movement's identity? These questions may become just as important as the actual work they do. Question: if you were March and March, how would you protect your independence? March and March says it wants a stronger South Africa. AfriForum says it wants to protect communities and uphold the rule of law. Their cooperation has created both hope and suspicion. Supporters see an opportunity to learn, organize, and get results. Critics see a possible political and reputational risk. But this story is still developing. So don't just ask, do I like AfriForum? Ask something bigger. Can two organizations with different backgrounds work together for South Africa without losing who they are?